Hellos. Welcome in. Yes, taking meds now. Thank you for that, Roseheart. Hello. What's up? I do. I just took them. I just also found out I have to call tomorrow for a doctor to see if I can get one of the meds refilled. Yeah. Oh. Well, sorry about being so late and getting started, but we literally, the moment I had said I wasn't going to, was the moment I ended up getting internet. So I was glad that you guys were still available for like 5 more minutes so I could get in. But I have a feeling that Knob will not be with us today. And I know that John is going to be slightly late. Speak of the devils. Speak of the devil! A wild Knob appears. Hi, Tenable. Welcome in. Yeah. Actually, what would happen was last week, I was trying to figure out why they kept digging holes in our yard. They were, well, I live in a HOA area, and I'm in a townhome. I don't have any, I don't have to deal with anything outside. I mean, well, it's a town home, so we don't have to deal with the bat outside. But, oh, you can only hear them again. Good grief, why? Mm. I don't know. Okay, that's not it. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. What about that? Cancel that. That's deleted. Delete that. Why are you staying up so late? Okay, thank you, Tenable. I am working on it. Uh. Mm-hmm. Wait. What? Mm-hmm. Can you hear him now? Hidden mixer. Oh, there it is. I found it. Option
So
B worked nicely on Saturday. Well, I'm glad I was right.
You were right.
I have to hear all about it, Tenable. But in the meantime, it is time to get started. Let's get to it.
Alright, wait a minute. Are we actually audible on the stream?
Yep, that's what Tenable
and
just
you've got
said.
us echoing. You've got us echoing.
Let's try this again.
You have Discord on this this scene, and then you also have
It's no longer
Discord
there.
on your
It's no longer
DSK,
there.
don't you?
Yes.
Well, you have to have
fixed.
2 copies
According
of Discord
to Tenable,
somewhere.
according to Tenable, it's over. It's over. It's fixed. It's
Right,
good.
fine. Right, I'm going back to muting the tab now.
Thank you for that, Rain. I do want to tell you guys there is a couple things today that I have to say. One, we've made it to 6 months. 2, and you haven't killed each other yet.
I haven't nuked the city yet either.
And you haven't nuked the city yet.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Also, there are 2 new things that are in our cookies that you should know about, and one thing that has been put on hold. It will only be put on hold until after I finish my backlog of games that I'm supposed to play on stream. And that is the you guys choosing to have a game for me. Now, that I said, it will only be until after I have finished Doom 3.
Oh my god, you're playing Doom 3.
I will be playing Doom 3.
Oh, you are not going to have a good time.
Well, far as I'm concerned, I did promise Tenable all of the Dooms, and Doom 3 is the last one.
No,
it's not.
Don't say that.
Doom 2016.
Come on.
Doom Eternal.
No. There's Doom, Doom 2 Hell on Earth, Doom the
we've
Master
already
Level,
done all those.
Doom 64.
I was actually going to get to that because not only do you have those, there was also Sigil, the newest episode for the original Doom.
Oh my
came
god,
out.
you're gonna kill me.
There's also Quake, which has
No,
Doom in it.
Well, no, Doom. Quake
the
doesn't
only
count. That is a
okay,
separate
all right.
series.
Can we please?
No, we can't. Because keeping in mind, I'm going to make this point. Game Pass has basically the entire Doom series.
We've already done Doom Eternal.
No, you haven't.
Haven't
I guarantee you have not had the actual Doom Eternal experience.
Well, I went to Game Pass and we played a bunch of the Dooms.
Isn't Doom Eternal one of the more recent ones?
It's the most recent one, if you don't
Then
count
no,
Sigil.
Then no, you have in fact not played Eternal yet, Carson.
Well, anyway, we have a backlog, so I'm trying to finish it before we go on and getting new ones. So you guys have plenty of time to get your thousands and thousands of cookies together.
How many points is it to make you play those games?
50,000, but she's put it on hold for now, so you can't even do it.
I did just say that.
You know what I say?
What?
Play them all?
We need to pull all of our cookies together, and after she plays those, get her to play Dead Space.
No.
Dead Space.
Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to have one final Doom game that Carsa has to play, and that is Neptunia.
Neptunia.
I think it's called Neptunia or
is
something
it
like
on
that.
Game Pass or is it free?
Oh, it's free. It's free. It's freeware now. It's an expansion to Doom 2, if memory serves, and it's considered to be the hardest, most bullshit piece of the Doom franchise ever.
Well, anyway, Tenable, if the game is not on Game Pass, I can't play it anyway. That's
Unless
just
you
the way
get to
it
do it.
is. But
So,
Doom
anyway,
3
are you gonna
is
move
on
the
Game
map?
Pass, so I was going
Are
to
you-
do Doom 3.
Are you going to move the map so that people can see the city and where my HQ building is?
Sure. Sure. I could do that. Anyway, the other thing that is available right now is we do have a challenge going on. It is a community challenge. It is for people to, if you choose to do so and we get enough people, we will do a Sunday community challenge with a Gardic phone and marbles. If you do not want it, we'll go to something else. Further, there is one more thing, and I'm gonna hate myself for doing it, but I did.
You gonna play League of Legends?
You are not getting me to play League of Legends.
Well, you say you wanted to hit yourself.
That would be just as bad, or worse. No, that'd be worse.
Okay, League wasn't that bad.
Suffer with me.
I am not playing. I refuse. I refuse.
Yeah, I was going to say that is the mad laughter of mental break.
Why not? I've actually played League before.
We're going to do. If you're going to do, don't forget. Oh my gosh! You didn't pay for that many. You paid for Doom. You paid for the ones on Game Pass.
Which would be all of them at the moment.
No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Wolfenstein series.
Yeah, exactly. You can go punch Hitler in the face.
Is it in Game Pass?
Yes.
I
Yes.
think
Yes.
the classic ones, or is it just the newer ones?
The newer Wolfenstein games are on Game Pass.
The other ones are basically freeware at this point.
I told you, Karsa, you would heavily regret.
I am heavily regretting now.
Because he's going to make you play through that.
He's
part.
not. No, he said I'm not going to make you play that yet.
I forgot about the Wolfenstein, and I just remembered. Mick Gordon also worked on Wolfenstein. I am not awake.
Yeah, did they shaft him though?
No, but Doom did. For Eternal. Last
Okay.
Yeah.
The final thing, and I'm going to regret saying this, you can pay 10,000 channel cookies to get me to say a strange accent that you choose.
Make it higher. I told you to make it higher.
Should I make it higher?
Yes,
Yes, because people are going to abuse that.
because I'm already looking at it right now.
How high should I make it then? It's for 5 minutes.
I will put it like this. I'm already looking at it and already have enough for it right now.
Okay.
How many times over could you do it?
Once, right? That's about it.
Well, there is a minimum or a maximum amount of times you can have me do this per stream.
Okay, that's fair enough, because otherwise people are going to abuse the hell out of that.
Okay, we've done Tomb. We've done Doom 2. We've done, well, Nav has done Doom 2016. I have not done Doom Eternal, and I have not done Doom 3.
Well, they're not bad.
And then didn't the Wolfenstein series come around because, like...
Nope. Channibal has said he's holding me to this.
Wait a minute. Ask a question, and we'll tell you how you're wrong.
No, Russia Mafia. Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
You're already Midwestern. We've already fucked up.
She said it was... She didn't say it'd be good accent, but, like, didn't, like, the Wolfenstein games come around as, like, a sort of...
In Mother Russia,
Like reskin for Doom?
they
Or
say
is it
that
the other
you
way
must
around?
do
my
this
God.
and not that.
No, you see, in Soviet Russia, Doom comes before Wolfenstein. So,
In Soviet
Wolfenstein.
Russia, Doom comes before Wolfenstein.
So it is the other way around.
Yes, it is the other way around. Wolfenstein predated. Because in Soviet Russia, everything's backwards.
Actually, called it. Isn't Wolfenstein Doom though? Or is it just
audio
timeline?
fucking for
In
someone
this
else? Or
amount
is
of
it my
time,
problem?
shall we
that
can
is,
start with the game now?
That is Raiden's mic that's causing
I
problems.
never said.
Okay.
I launched a nuke into the city.
In this amount of time, shall we start with the game now? The original Wolfenstein game was the game before Doom. Heretic was before Wolfenstein. What the heck is what the heck is Heretic?
Right, you get 65 sprays with a water bottle.
Heretic?
Wrong. The original Castle Wolfenstein came out in 1981. It predates literally all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wolfenstein is where it all started.
On the Commodore 64. Ryan, dude, you gotta check your mic. It's crackling.
I don't have much control over that right now.
Can you grab the end of it and jiggle it?
Shall we begin?
It's a hard plastic, my guy.
Shall we begin?
And you hit it with a hammer.
Bye!
I mean, I can hit it against my desk.
I mean, it's behaving itself just now, so hopefully it maintains.
Yeah, hopefully. Like I said, I can hit it against the desk. That's about it. Especially since it's an El Cheapo mic.
Have you broken your microphone, Carson? Have you muted yourself again?
Nope.
That sounded suspiciously innocent.
That did sound suspiciously innocent.
Really? In Mother Russia, we should begin to start. Can we start right now?
Can we wait like 3 minutes for this accent to go away?
Never said I was good at accent.
No, well, to be fair, it does say does a bad accent.
Never said I was good at accent.
See, this is why I expressly was like, yeah, I could do something like that, but no.
See, it's... Hold on. I can actually do... I'm pretty sure it's not actually very good, but I can actually do a Russian accent, though.
Yeah, because you did that on our Valheim stream.
Yeah, but it's like, it's... The reason I'm so used... Like, the reason I'm able to do that... One video game
Your
series...
trigger phrase.
Yeah, well, it's also one video game series that got me into it. Metro.
You sure it wasn't Battlefield?
Actually, no, it was Metro.
Well, Mother Karsa would like for you to begin with the what did we do last week?
Oh, we did stuff.
Yeah.
We discovered that cat girls are a thing.
And I'm done with this
Nope.
accent.
Nah,
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You still got at least 30 seconds.
Why are you spraying with the water bottle first off? Second off, what we did was, well, we beat the shit out of Oda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we didn't really. Actually, the only know if we actually.
No,
touched
yeah,
him.
he did get touched. He got touched by Ignis.
Yeah,
Ignis
we
casually
should've
grabbed
dropped in
him
front
by
of-
the throat.
Oh yeah, no, he did get. Yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember now because Cormac broke the sky.
Yes.
Uh,
So,
Cormac did 9 damage to Oda over less than 2 seconds. He also made his fall a lot worse.
Yeah. Proceeded to beat the shit out of Oda. His Jarls
yeah.
proceeded to basically take control of the arena,
Mm-hmm.
Proceed to crowd control.
Mm-hmm.
and then pretty much
And-
just waiting for the blood moon.
Yeah, that's basically it.
All right. So, since you all are just waiting for the blood moon, let's begin with this being the blood moon. Now, if you remember last time what I told you what the blood moon was, do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna help the audience also remember what it was. So, the blood moon or the shadow moon, blood moon, is the day when 2 moons of Opus, well, not Opus, but Scorpio 3 eclipses.
Scorpio 3 has 2 moons.
Yes, 2 moons. 1 moon normally is not around, or at least you don't see it. But this is the day.
Wonky orbit.
Yeah, yes, it does. It has an extremely weird orbit. But once every 6 months or 2 times a year, it comes around and it basically makes the other moon into an eclipse with it, blacking out both the suns that are shining on Scorpio 3, because there are 2 suns, and creating a full-on eclipse.
Because we're in a binary star system, yay!
Yes, we are. And as I had said before, and now I remember correctly, that we are in where the Pleiadian star system that everybody talks about, and if you look on YouTube, they talk about what is the Pleiadians. It is where they think that there actually is life.
Plot twist as well.
Here.
Plot twist as well, because Carso informed me of this. It's very difficult to actually find this information.
It is all over the YouTube as a conspiracy, as even a lot of the tarot readers believe in past lives, or the fact that there is a 11th dimension and that they come from there. It's a basic. So if you want to look it up, this was what I was supposed to look up, and I do remember watching this last week over and over again to make sure that I got what I could read about it. But the Vtubers are part of that as well. They actually were a group that of the cat-like race that
Cat girls.
were refugees and ended up over in that area. So that is what's going on. In our world, Scorpio 3 is also where they are a refugee too. Okay? So this eclipse happens once every earthen 6 months, and it creates a resonance that is not able to be heard by normal ears. It can be heard by Myxocems, Vtubers, Heretites, and Dragoons. That includes a dragon that we have with us. Also, like on Earth, the full moon, it is said to be the moon of lunacy, and legends of where weird creature connections are. For Opus, this is very similar, but it's because it's a psychological rage that when you ever hear ringing in your ears, if that happens for a long time, it could literally make you go insane. That's kind of what's going on. There's that ringing in that ear. And in this case, it makes it very, very much a problem for Opus, because Opus is an all-encompassing city, and if the animalistic creatures that are not human and not Flamin' Fat and Ash all of a sudden go into a rage, the city could be doomed.
Nah, it'll be fine.
However, right now we have two things going on. We have Raiden, who has been working on setting up not a cage, but what would you say, a containment system for during the Mixism time. We have...
Essentially, it's like pretty much like a temporary, well, like a holding cell.
It's containment.
Yeah.
Now,
it's based containment.
Raiden, you do not know that you are not able to be affected. You could actually be as much of a detriment to anyone in this group, including our dragon.
Yeah,
How are you feeling about what is happening right about now? I mean, the sun is about to set, and the moons are about to eclipse. What is your plan?
You know, I actually never thought that far.
just get a beer. Think about it.
Probably go in. Probably, yeah. You know, I'll probably go in there as well, and probably go in the containment as well. And if I'm not affected, I'll probably find a way to get myself out. If not, if I am affected, then so be it. Even though it'd be terrifying shit if I was affected.
Okay, and how about our lovely dragon?
Before the blood moon, I was actually curious if I don't know how deep you want to go for it, or if you just want to abstract it all. But before the blood moon, we last left off with Ignis taking the form of Oda, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout that day, I would like to peruse what I can into Oda's life and learn anything that you might know about FN. It's like I have all the time in the world to snoop around his businesses or his personal residence to look for things that might be that might give us a lead on where to go.
Well, you find out that he's a junkie.
Oh, he's a drug addict. Oh, that's interesting.
He's actually addicted to SPF.
Is that the drug that's circulating on the streets?
Yeah.
Oh, goody. So he's basically dead either way.
Okay.
Or worse.
We are presently keeping him from doing it, so...
And a question that I wanted to ask the rest of the party. Cormac's has already given me his input on the matter, but to the other persons in the party, is Oda's death intended to be like a public execution, or is this just going to be a private affair where we're just going to let him die in the arena to the next times?
What was Cormac's answer on that?
Cormac's answer is he doesn't give a fuck.
That's
unless that is King. I don't want to speak for him.
Nope.
I mean, if the plans were already for you to basically say you got out so nobody's suspicious, there's no point in making it public.
If I recall correctly, I don't think we are going to make it public.
All right,
so
perfect.
Leave him to the Mixisms.
in that case, as Oda, I will essentially make a public statement declaring Oda's retirement from Opus's, basically relieving all of his assets to the next in command. If I had more time, I'd love to just have it just acquire it, but that's unfortunately not. I mean, I suppose that could be feasible, but it'd take too long. Leave it to whoever is like next in charge, like whoever is his like second in command of the company is, and then basically charter like a starship off of Opus in Oda's name. And as far as everyone on Opus is concerned, he just left.
And he left because he doesn't want to have to deal with the aftermath of the.
Because he's fucked up a lot, and a lot of people really don't like him. I would not be surprised if that starship blew up before it left orbit, but that's okay.
Well, actually, that could happen.
Yeah, bitch.
Little bitch.
But this is basically Ignis's way to like make sure no one has any questions on why he disappeared.
But does anyone care about him?
Afterwards, Ignis will go back to the arena, probably about 3 hours before the blood moon, somewhere around that ballpark, and explain to the others what he did, why. Go back to his own. He'll discard the Oda disguise and then go back to his tower to wait out the blood moon.
Thinking that he's also going to be changing as well.
Yes. For context to the viewers, the way that Ignis has avoided the effects of the blood moon, at least in recent times, is he just goes a few miles underground to his underground vault, where even if he does feel the effects, he is not in the position to rampage across Opus.
Which is
the
why
only thing he's in danger to is to the walls of the vault, and all that does is make it bigger.
Which is why nobody's ever truly seen a dragon. Except about maybe 2,000 years ago. So,
Yeah.
we are at that point. Okay. Anyone else before the eclipse happens?
Yeah. Korvac goes and rummages through the entire arena to find some stuff that he could steal.
Well, that is interesting because there is definitely some stuff here you could steal. Now, there was also something we talked about in the recent past, but it depends on where you're looking, where you're going to find it.
I'm gonna be here a whole day. I'm gonna search this whole bitch.
Yeah, no,
wait. Fuck that. I'm gonna start in the start where they would hold the money, the vaults.
There is something in there.
No, say no. We were there.
And it's shiny.
We were there an entire day. Yeah, no. Raiden's spending the entire day with Cormac going through that shit.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
that means Shiv's in charge of watching Oda.
It's just Shiv
No,
watching.
I'm pretty sure it would be me.
Just
leave
watching.
Riley.
All right, Riley's in
You
charge
can
of watching
just
Shiv watching Oda.
Okay,
And what's
just hanging out there.
okay? You're just
We-
hanging
we-
out.
I actually just imagine that as Shiv basically spends the entire day with a gun to his head on the basis of if that guy moves, you get shot.
Oh,
The worst
shit.
part is I can see it. That part.
Definitely see that. Okay, so if you could please message me on Discord the item that you were looking for so that I can explain it to everyone.
Wait,
Oh,
see,
you want like the effects or just the picture? So I have both.
The picture.
see, it's this wooden object. It's cylindrical.
All right, I just pinned it in our private messages.
Okay, then I will look at it at there. find the pin mess. Okay. Yes. Indeed, you find that, but you don't quite find it in the vaults. You have a sense that you need to go into where the Mixisms are and into some of the old-time museum where they had items that from past victors.
I mean, fuck yeah, that sounds like antiques. People pay out the nose for that shit.
Yeah.
Q Ryden just wandering around, just like finding wherever he needs to go.
So, and this particular thing that you do come across looks like a shoulder strap. Shoulder mantle, is that what it's called?
Like a sling?
Shoulder guard.
Shoulder guard. It is very much sparkly. And the funny thing is, it doesn't seem to affect anybody else in the area, but it does affect you because it is shining as bright as it can be, and it's in your mind.
Alright.
It's sticking out.
We're gonna go up and grab it.
Okay. I need you to make
Well,
a
you've
will
also
save.
got
Make an intelligence save.
You've also got
spirit
that,
save.
Yeah,
You've also got the armor.
Spirit save.
Or
I
the
still am on
skill.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pathfinder 2.
that's fine.
So,
I understand.
yeah.
Do you though?
We play a lot of games. Oh, you fail.
Nah, we spend an effort.
Okay. Alright.
Fuck
You
failing
don't
saves.
fail. This has a resonance on it. You swear you sensed an entire history of where this came from. But the history did not make sense to you because it's not from Opus. It seems like it was what's the best word I'm looking for? It seems to just traveled many, many, many centuries and ended up on Opus. And it followed with a creature that took a form of something similar to a Mixism. And that creature had a resonance of a bluish purple light. Now, this is something you haven't seen before, but it was a light. They looked human, but the light around them made them look like a Mixism. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
No.
Basically, it's an energy form that is over them. That is taking on a form of Mixism. They were human-like, but this energy form that has taken over them made them into what looked like a Mixism.
So a werewolf.
No.
No.
Sounds like it.
It's a being of energy that could be whatever the hell they look like. They're like, I'm gonna be a Mixism today.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And that's who had this.
Yeah. And then Cormac just starts hearing like the roar of a crowd around him, and he has no idea why. He's just like, you know what? I'm keeping this.
Alright, you put it on.
And then, well, we're gonna immediately lose an effort for it, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Down to 1. I gotta actually. All right. Then I do want to have a small scene with Oda, but we can deal with that once everybody else is done doing whatever the hell they're gonna do.
Alright, well, let's go on then to the... Raiden, what are you doing?
Raiden's just kind of wandering around the arena.
Are you going to stay within the arena even after the eclipse, or no?
Well, I mean, are we taking Oda to the Mixisms, or are we keeping her?
There are still Mixisms within inside the arena.
I'll cut in here. So the plan is we're gonna lock all but one door, and Oda's gonna get 10 minutes to try to find that door before we open the other cells.
Oh, got you. So it's at the arena then. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's covered before.
Oda's gonna play a real life version of Outlast.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Except there's no chance of winning.
Well, there is a chance of winning. It's just a negative.
It's very hard to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, Cormac could do it. And, well, this guy's clearly proven that, well, he's clearly much more of a...
worthy foe.
Yeah, he's totally a worthy foe. I mean, after all, Cormac explained to him very simple, leave me the fuck alone. And he wouldn't, so he must be better than Cormac. And if Cormac could do it, well, he certainly should be able to. It's not our fault if he can't jump 600 feet to the skylight.
It was like 30, but sure.
Alright, right there.
36.
It's probably more than 30.
Yeah, because I'm picturing this as like a really big
Actually, it's
arena.
a lot taller than 30.
It is.
Alright, so this guy sucks if he can't do simple things like what at least half our group can do. You know how we could all teleport. Like, that's just not it. Yeah, exactly. Like half of us teleport and the other half just fly.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't at least do that, then he is clearly not worthy of being alive.
Wow. All right. So, okay. So you're gonna stay there, knowing full well that you are a Mixism and you will.
Yeah, he's gonna join the hunting party.
You will join the hunting party.
Probably.
You'll probably be in charge of the hunting party.
So that does mean that for 10 minutes, Ryan's gonna have to sit in the cell.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well,
Riley, just watch it over Shiv.
I mean, until then, Raiden's looting the arena.
All right. Well, with your looting arena,
Yeah, I mean, pretty
make me a
much.
perception roll. Make me a intelligence roll. Sorry. Keep doing that. Pathfinder 2E and 1E are getting in my head.
Oh no.
Well, stop playing multiple systems at the same time.
No, you can't make me.
You can't make us. Ah, you're still successful.
You want to bet?
Are you looking
Yeah.
for anything specific?
I mean, I doubt I'm gonna find the thing I need to make the arrow here. So, probably not really looking for anything specific.
I have a feeling that are you looking for anything specific was a prompt. And
I
if
mean,
you'd
like
been
I said,
like,
the
then
one
she
thing
could
I
be
want-
like, wow.
Well, here's the thing. The one thing I want, I doubt I'm gonna find here.
What are you gonna find?
I want to find that celestial shard so I can make that arrow.
Funny enough,
Oh, some bitch.
you too feel a calling to a residence within a certain area. It again is in the museum. As
So
you
yeah,
head
right. And
down
as you're
there,
wandering along, you start feeling ear twitches.
Pretty much. It's just,
yeah.
Raiden just like unconsciously wandering around. If I like give it about 20 minutes and he just wanders into the museum.
And you do hear a strange resonance. And
Let me guess. Will save.
yes,
Alright, give me a minute.
which is actually a spirit save.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Doing the same thing as Cormac.
Okay, so again,
Wow.
y'all got it. Your particular item is a quill. And it's weird that there would be a quill here, but it is very, very shiny. Not shiny for everyone else, but shiny for you. And on the end of it is this crystal. Now, this crystal is resonating really strongly in your mind. And you hear a whistling sound. And as you're hearing that whistling sound, you notice what seems like a spirit of a fox in the further away, probably about 60 meters away, down the hall. Not in the cage, but it looks like a fox. Red hair, kind of playful.
So, like a traditional kitsune.
Yeah.
Ryan's gonna take a quill and just like start walking toward the fox, following it.
You start to follow it.
Yes.
It continues to run away. You continue to follow it.
Yes. I'm gonna keep following it.
Oh no, he's gonna follow it right in front of a bus.
What?
So, yeah, the entire way that you're describing this, it sounds like a specific scene from Event Horizon, where this woman keeps seeing her son, and she keeps following the image until she basically falls down an elevator shaft and dies.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Yeah, it's like you're going to keep following along the corridor, and then suddenly you're at the
still
elevator
following
shaft.
the corridor.
I mean, I can't die from heights, so
When
we're
you
good.
get to the end,
You're gonna get hit by a bus.
you're heading out of the arena. Are you heading out?
Ryan's like gonna stop, kind of confused, like, where? Oh, you know, where are you going?
Do you go out?
I get the feeling something bad is going to happen if I do.
Maybe, maybe not.
Do it. Do it, you wuss.
You know what? Chuck it in the fucking bucket. Let's go.
All
Get
right.
hit by a bus.
You head outside, and this red fox stops in front of an old man, and the old man is carrying a sign.
What's the sign say?
I'm going to explain it to you in one moment.
Free candy and ban.
So what does the fox say?
No.
Wait here for 3 minutes. Bam.
No, no, no.
Ah!
Ah, there it is. I've been sipping around for ages. With time all becomes known for the few masters of perception. The end is nigh for this lustful city that stands on
fucking knew
plateaus of
it.
sills. A day is coming where the truth won't be possible to be hidden by the strings of the concord you know of every day.
I knew I should have said. He was holding a sign that says the end is nigh.
And there's right
I
now.
almost feel like that's a movie reference from somewhere. I don't
No.
know.
No.
It's a thing that people have literally been doing for ever.
Yeah. This gentleman has a trench coat, and you've seen him in front of Liz's.
Oh no.
I was about
No.
it's Dante.
Liz's cantina.
I was about to say
The
that
minute
it
you
was
said
Dante.
Liz, it
You
clicked.
said. The minute I heard trench coat, I thought you just got to say Dante. I should have said it.
You should have.
Well, the moment I heard what was being said, I'm like, oh, hey, so that's the voice Dante keeps hearing. But no, it's
But
Dante.
I actually missed the time when his character was actually in a scene.
Now that
Fair
you
enough.
have, and once you have heard the final word, the man and the fox disappear.
Visions are coming from within the brain.
Ren's gonna pull out the alcohol that was in his back pocket. Look at it. Look back at the spot. Look at the alcohol.
I need to cut down.
What did they put in this?
Alcohol.
No, that's when you take out the bottle, you look at it, you spend literally 5 minutes in time looking between the spot and the bottle, and then go, fuck it, take the lid off, down the rest of it.
Yo. It's like, the fuck did they put in this? I'm gonna look back at the spot again. Look at the alcohol. Yeah, fuck it.
You'll be fine.
I don't remember drinking absinthe.
I don't remember drinking Everclear.
You'll be fine. It's just moonshine. From the hills.
That have eyes.
Yeah,
Two.
say that.
All right. So, anyone else?
Yes.
Two
What are
hills,
you
two eyes.
doing?
Alright. So, oh shoot, what's this idiot's name? Well, I did promise my cockroaches something to eat. And they're all two dead things. I'm gonna
Well,
have to-
one was disintegrated, but one the other.
okay, so there's only one then.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll let my cockroaches eat that one. I was going to feed what's his face to them, but apparently we want him still alive.
So you're feeding them the Jarl.
Yes. Nothing can go wrong.
Well, one of them is unfortunately only dust on the inside.
True. So the other one gets eaten. They
Okay.
did as I asked. They showed up here and didn't have to do it. I'm still going to give them their reward because I am a kind dictator to the roaches.
So
Everyone
you
else-
feed the Jarl to the roaches.
We'll find out later. Then I'm gonna go look at what's his face. I already forgot his name.
Oda,
And we're gonna Oda. I'm gonna go up to Oda.
who
Let's just
He
is
is-
keep-
next to
being kept
Shiv
in a-
and next to Riley.
Who is being Oda, who is being kept in various states of consciousness.
Yes. So I'm gonna go sit down in front of him and just stare at him for a minute. At which point, Shiv and Riley would notice the color from Kira's eyes fades, and instead is replaced with a darkness, as if staring into the abyss. The smile she's normally wearing becomes more of a smirk that will probably devour your soul, and she will start chuckling at him. Well, well, well. Who would have thought I'd meet you again? Do you remember? Probably not. It was only in the hotel. What was that? Oh, I don't remember the name of it. But you had a fondness for some entertainment one night. Do you remember?
Were you one of the girls?
Oh, do remember. So, let's make this simple. You tell me your involvement with FN and the ballet company. And I don't get to have my fun with you. But if you want to resist, I'm going to have fun. And I'll pull out my knife.
Okay. All of you that are in here, are you letting her do this?
Hey, I'm only interested in he doesn't jump Shiv. I mean, I don't
care if he jumps her.
In character, the whole thing is all Riley is interested in is he doesn't escape and fuck everything up. So as long as he's not actively trying to escape, Riley doesn't give a damn what anyone else does to Oda.
But he doesn't die by our hands.
Yeah,
was
we are
that
trying to keep...
ever actually expressly stated?
As long as he doesn't try to escape, he doesn't die by your hands. But if he attacks one of you, that's a different story.
Right. Well, if that was pre-established, then yeah, she would say to Mira, "Don't kill him."
Fine.
We let the Mixisms kill him.
And at this point, she's probably sitting in the corner on a chair, kicked back, with her feet up on a table, probably drinking something out of a can, not really giving that much of a damn, considering he literally is mechanically incapable of surprising her.
Right.
And of course, by he, I'm meaning Oda.
Right.
It's just Oda.
Raiden's just gonna wander past the door, just wandering around still.
Mira, you have a sense that somebody is trying to get into your head.
Mine?
Not yours. Mira's.
What would it be to figure this out?
The save, and with our luck so far, eating an effort.
No, I actually think Mira would probably ace the save.
Maybe.
Spirit head. Spirit save.
Alright, there it is. Do I pass it? That is the question.
Exactly.
Wow.
Mira just aced the save, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it him?
Oh, yeah, he was trying.
The same thing he's been trying for, literally the last day.
I'll just stare at him and be like, I'll grab one of his hands and be looking at the nails.
Oh, okay, we're not doing torture scenes here. That's fade to black.
So, just looking at his hand. Man, these hands are so soft for a guy. Someone who doesn't
I'll be back.
work.
I need to get a lozenge.
Someone who doesn't do anything.
I'd rather more lozenges.
I'll go. Put the knife to his throat.
That's probably a fade to black right now.
Answer me. What did you and the company, what is your association with them? Does FN have association with them?
Okay. FN has no association with the company.
And you?
You're a mistake.
That's not what I asked. Do you have any association besides just being a customer?
Yes.
Oh, so you do have more than just being a customer, huh?
Yes.
And where are the documents that describe your relationship? I know how you work.
Why would I give you the documents? That's
Because
confusing.
you don't have a choice in the matter here. You're going to give them to me one way or another. You can willingly hand them over or unwillingly hand them over.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have them on him. That would be a pretty boneheaded thing for anyone to do.
You've already said I'm going to die. Why would I give you the documents?
It's more a formality.
I'll tell you what. I will spend a minute trying to convince the others not to kill you. How about that? But the longer you take to tell me where I can either find them or you give them to me, the less time I will try.
No.
Okay. You're not going to be cooperative then.
No.
I mean, I could think of a way he could be cooperative.
Again, fade to black if you guys are torturing him.
No, it's not a torture. It's just simple thing as a... Oh, go around, see if we can find one. Doubt we're gonna find one here, but... It wouldn't be hard to make one. Truth serum.
We definitely do not have the resources.
Yeah, I was going to say that would actually be difficult in confines of this scene.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because that requires chemical components. You're an engineering person.
And you are at
physical.
sunset,
can't
and
act
you're not
on
able
that.
to get there in time to come
So
back.
I look at the two people who are here with me and be like, hey, can one of you do me a favor, please?
That depends.
Just make sure he watches me. That's it.
Well, as late as it is getting in game setting, Raiden's gonna end up going to one of the cells and going in and just waiting.
Okay. So we are at that point, and because I don't think there's anything else that would be said. I know Ignis is already in his chambers.
If one of them will,
literally the sunset.
if one of them will hold him real quick, I'm going to battle dance him and leave him at 1 hit point.
Already at one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just enslave them to my will, suicidally. Well, I will have the only command to be, tell me where the information is.
Right, see, when Mira makes that request, Riley's just gonna casually like drop her feet off the chair and get off the table and be like, "Oh, fine," and just quite happily go over and put Oda in a headlock so he has to look at Mira.
Okay.
I will spend
Mira,
the effort.
you do need to show us what you are doing.
Yes, battle dance. I will. How do you? There it is. Commit effort. Activate. Your dance becomes terrifying or possible. In this case, it's gonna be terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Being treated as a magical weapon. I do D10 emotional damage against mobs. Blah blah blah. We don't care about that part. to succeed or seduce for the rest of the scene. In the latter case, the creature regains 1 hit point and is suicidally obedient to the end of the scene. So, do I have to roll damage? I do minimum 1.
There is a save against this, I hope.
If that is copied and pasted, no, it does not look like
that
it.
is exactly copy pasted from the book.
Yeah, I don't think it has a save. It says
It has no save. Okay.
Well, the thing is, you have to drop them 2 0 hit points and decide not to kill them. It's like the save is normally you have to roll an attack, but because he's being held down, we can sit here all day until she succeeds the attack.
True.
Yeah. So, I could roll my attack if you want. See how long it takes.
I don't think it really matters.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's going to be effective eventually.
Okay.
Oh no, because you would have to expressly call out if this would affect my character as well, but it wouldn't.
Because it's a targeted attack.
It's actually targeted on the foes.
Yeah, I was reading that to see
Alright.
if it's intended as anyone looking at it, because of course I would be looking at it as well.
Well, no, they don't actually have to be looking.
All right, so you spend
Yes,
an effort, and this person Oda is looking at you because he's in a headlock, and he does feel the terrifying fear, and is trying to claw at anything he can, including Riley.
Including the mechanical arm wrapped around his neck.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
It's not very effective.
And you have entranced him.
So, I walk over as I was staring at his eyes before. This time I pull out the book I was carrying and move to the very last page. And just start tapping and be like, where is the information about your involvement with the Pelorite?
With the company.
How do I get that?
Go to
Is
the
it
company.
protected by passwords? Is it in a safe?
It's wherever they put it.
So it's with their stuff, huh?
Yes.
And you've never see where they keep any of the documents.
Since he's suicidally obedient, he has no reason to lie.
Yes.
You know
Signed,
who is involved with
and
the
then-
document.
You've heard the name before with the document, a Victoria Sand.
Victoria Sand. And as I'm tapping, just auto writing in the book. Victoria Sand. Huh? Is that all you can tell me?
Well, what else do you want to know? Because you're kind of being vague.
Yeah, at this point, Riley would mention to Akira, like, maybe ask him how he would go about getting that information.
How would you go about getting this information?
Setting up an appointment with Victoria Sand.
I need a number or contact information on how to contact her.
And you would get a number. I'm not going to say the number out loud.
That's fine.
Because that requires you to come up with a number.
It's a random phone number.
Yeah.
I'll look-
Random communication number.
I'll look at the other two and be like, is there anything you want from him? While he's being so cooperative.
And nope, anything else that we need to find out, we can find out on our own time.
No, remembering back, the guy that we killed before that got the grenade in the face, was he working for Oda's company? Or was he FN? Because I can't remember.
What, the one that got a grenade in the face? That was FN.
That was FN, right. So
the guy
Oda,
who's the
so
reason.
Oda wouldn't, yeah, Oda wouldn't actually know anything about that guy, would he?
Not really, no.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, what is there that we would actually want to ask him right now?
If you ask for the connection, and you've asked this twice now, I will give you the connection between FN and Oda. He's a junkie and a dealer.
Well then.
Oh yeah, I mean I picked up on that stuff.
So he's a dealer for some of the FN stuff.
So did Ignis inform the rest of us that he's a junkie?
No.
No, yeah, he did. About 3 hours before the blood moon, Ignis came back to the arena.
You haven't got back yet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay.
This is before you get back.
Is it? Because Raiden already went to the cages.
Yeah, it's the sunset. It's literally sunset.
Yeah,
this is like literally the last.
So yes, you already know he's a junkie and he's already gone back home. So yeah.
Right. Okay.
But you don't know he's a dealer too.
I mean, that one feels more of a given.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, because just because a big CEO happens to have his face in a pile of coke all day doesn't mean that he deals coke.
Oh, I know.
Fair enough.
Does he have his phone on him?
Why would he have his phone on him? You destroyed it.
I'm gonna ask him. As he hands me the destroyed phone, I'm like, toss it. Useless.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't have it because
he doesn't have it because it is destroyed.
And he would have Jack in his pockets unless he had something in his prison wallet. He ain't got it.
I can make this really easy. When Ignis left the arena the first time, when he started impersonating Oda, he took all of his personal assets with him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I figured that was a given, that he took anything that Oda would have on him all the time anyway to help sell it.
I highly doubt the man's phone survived the impact of him hitting the ground from effectively 4 stories.
Probably not.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, they might have had a Nokia.
So,
and I've seen a Nokia 3410 used to open a padlock.
You know what? Screw it. He's a dealer. I'll ask where he goes to
Must
get
have been a master lock.
Drugs from FN.
It was.
He tells you.
Alright. I keep tapping the book so it writes in it. Be like, I have nothing else for you.
I'm assuming he just gives you the locations of the warehouses she's already aware of.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they're the exact same ones?
Yeah.
Well, then what's the name of that drug? Have you been dealing said drug? The one I bought a few of.
And he starts to begin to shake.
Oh, withdrawal symptoms.
Well, I have no need for you anymore. So I just lightly cut his cheek with my knife before putting the knife away and be like, I'm bored of this. And I'll go over, start walking away from be like, you guys can have him. And I'm going to go and probably go back up to the Vtuber ring.
Okay. So you head off.
Yep. Head off to the Vtuber. Just did.
Was there any express plan for how we were, having him accidentally die?
Yeah, throwing him into the remaining mixisms in the building.
Yeah, the fact that he is a very, very, very shitty combatant and has 1 hit point.
It still has.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't remember if it was mentioned that there was individual cells for the mixisms that were there for the for the combat thing, or if it's basically just one holding cell.
No, there is individuals.
Holy cow!
Right. Okay,
So-
how's this for an idea? In the last 5 minutes prior to the blood moon activating and everyone going apeshit, we effectively go and open the cages, right? Probably not Raiden's, because we know he's gonna be a hell of a lot more dangerous if he's out, because of course we don't know that he's not actually going to be affected. But the others can't really do much outside of the arena. And then we basically give them a way to get into the arena, and the last thing we do is effectively drag the guy out there and leave him in the middle of the arena while we fuck off, because we all have the ability to leave the arena.
The idea was to play a game of Outlast with them.
Yeah, like the thing is, he's just gonna get released from one of the cells in one of the mixes cells. He's gonna get a 10-minute head start, and then Shiv just unlocks all the doors.
Do that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. So yeah. Okay. Right. We'll go through with that. So yeah, when once Kira's finished with her stuff, we basically drag him by the scruff of the neck and toss him in one of the free cells.
He also gets stripped down, put in prisoner rags, because he doesn't get to be comfortable while he's running around.
Yeah.
And then each article of clothing he had on gets thrown into one of the mixes themselves, so they can get the scent. So we're basically allowing the mixes to go fox hunting. Sorry.
Yeah.
To go Oda hunting.
So we are gonna. All right. So 10 minutes. The sunset has happened. You have 10 minutes to get out of there.
Well, see, while everybody's evacing, because this would have been set up with Shiv, and he can easily do it because it's nothing that really matters. Oda is going to sit there, and the PA is going to click on it, and he's going to hear Korra going, "Oda, my boy. So here's the deal. You kept saying, oh, we're going to kill you, it doesn't matter what we do." That wasn't entirely true. I'm not going to kill you. Hell, I'm not even here anymore. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a chance to live. And if this recording was placed at the right time, which I have zero doubt that it was, you're going to have 10 minutes, or in 10 minutes, your cell is going to open. You will then have a 10-minute head start to find the one exit in the arena that's open.
You mean the one with the collapsed wall?
That you're not on this recording. If you manage to get out, you get to live. If you don't, well, then you're dead. But here's the thing. 10 minutes after you get out, all the cells around you open too. And I guarantee it's going to get much harder for you to get out.
And so
it's time to play the game. And then a bunch of just really loud, like, drum and bass, or switching between drum and bass and metal music just plays as the lights start to flicker and strobe and all that. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna make this as hard as possible. Fuck you, have a nice death.
Well then.
wow. All right. So
having thrown Oda into a cell in all his prisoner garb and locked him in there for the timer, and in the process of walking away, Riley's probably going to fall over and roll around laughing at the "have a nice death, fuck you." And then she's going to eventually get up and walk away.
all right. Anybody else staying within?
Only staying a safe distance away from the mix sims just to make sure all the doors remain secure.
I mean, dude, if you want, I could just leave your cell phone up on the roof, and you could just zip up there and watch from the roof.
That's
yeah.
fair.
I mean, you've got the drones flying around as well. You can probably just teleport to any of those. But yeah, they're gonna have big fuck off screens in the arena, right? You know, for those in the cheap seats. So we could always just go and crash in some of the cheap seats and watch on the big monitor, and have some drones following Oda around.
But that does bring a question. Did we patch the hole in the wall?
That wall did not go outside, man. That was an interior wall.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
So basically, this entire place is going to be overrun by rampaging mixisms that have just been left to go hog wild.
I mean, there can't be more than like 15, 20 down there.
Maybe 30.
There's about 15.
Yeah, plus they don't have Godbound super jump abilities, so
No, but
yeah.
they do. Some of them do have abilities.
Yes,
Yeah, but like this arena was designed to house them. They're not busting out the exterior doors.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not going to be able to leave the building, and they're not necessarily going to be able to like escape the actual main arena area, because if they could, then that's going to be a hell of a big problem when you've got a pissed off Mixism who just doesn't want to get murdered in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they make it into the seating area, who cares? You guys just run away.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to fight them. You're just like, what? Yeah, I'm gone.
I could teleport.
Okay, we're gonna get to the scene right now.
They probably won't hit you.
It is exactly 10 minutes, and he hears that, and frantically waiting for the door to open. It opens.
Get stuck halfway.
Whoops.
Oh no.
No, it opens.
It opens, and he travels as quickly as he can through the sands in what little garb he has, and tries to start looking in the museum for anything that he could take.
Oh, waste of time, buddy. Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, it's already been raided of anything decent.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just like this man is wasting precious time that he should be looking for an exit, trying to find a weapon. Oh, he already fucked up.
I know.
I must get
I know,
this
but I'm
weapon.
still gonna say
Oh,
he
it's
attempts to try to find a weapon, does not find it. Starts looking for a way up. Did you even leave a door open to go up?
Up? No. See, the one exit we left open is the one he would least likely ever go to. Probably the service the single service door by the loading dock.
Okay. He wouldn't have gone there. He would have so not realizing that he has to go there. I'm gonna make a roll, okay? And
he tries the front door.
And here's the thing. This is just Cormac playing with this guy. He knows full well that even if he gets outside, Ryder Ignis is just going to shoot him down anyway.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. He runs right smack into...
Open door. Oh, look, there's 5 werewolves.
God bless. I was just thinking that. Yeah, he runs up, slams open like an emergency door, and runs face first into the biggest, meanest, most pissed off looking muscle-bound Mixism in the group.
I don't even have to say it. You did.
And it's effectively like that scene in the Avengers where Loki tries talking shit to the Hulk.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Absolutely destroyed.
He is literally ripped apart as they just slam right into him. He does not even get 2 minutes in.
The poor guy didn't even stand a chance.
What popped in my head was that
this is the best time. Like, the man accidentally opens the Mixism cages himself.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, he did. He actually rolled a 1, so he opened the Mixism's cage himself.
What pops in my head is the scene from that one horrible Godzilla movie where they're in the elevator dings, doors open up, and all you see is like 5 baby Godzillas sitting in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong floor.
I mean, you want to go with that? Then you go to the Resident Evil movie where he's just like, they spent 5 minutes trying to get this code, and one dude walks up and asks the code, and he puts it in the first time. He's like, "Was that so hard?" Door opens, gets eaten.
And the thing
Yeah.
is that not only is but it is actually that time. That time. So the blood moon has happened. You can all hear that ringing. Even the ones who used to be human can hear the ringing in your ears.
Yeah, well,
That's all right.
actually,
what are you guys hearing?
Oh no, I have tinnitus now.
actually, there might be a decent chance that Cormac doesn't anymore. Being bound to the word of passion, he's just like, oh, yeah, there used to be something. But,
I don't get the point where the word of passion makes you deaf. I'm sorry. You have to explain that one to me a little bit more.
no. Heart of the Lion, where I'm completely immune to emotional effects.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Actually, I would make the argument that you would actually be more aware of it because it isn't working on messing with emotions. So you would probably be like, oh, that's why at this time of the year I always felt a bit on edge.
Pretty bad.
I feel like that all the time.
Because of that crap.
Feel like that all
Now
the
it
time.
makes so much sense.
Well,
So,
it makes sense now that you guys are realizing, oh, if even the humans who really never heard the sound before, you suddenly hear that sound and you realize, but you still have your faculties. However, I do need you to make a con save.
I know what's the worst that can happen.
All right, guys, there's only one solution. We blow up the moon.
Yes, I'm firmly in agreement.
So you mean
Constitution save.
oh,
Hardiness. Yeah, we're spending an effort. Don't care.
Okay.
I almost did the wrong
What
one.
exactly what's the effect here,
spending
Karsa?
effort.
Holy cow! Everyone,
Do you know
Yeah,
what
2 ones in a row.
tinnitus is? It's ringing of the ears.
it's
Tinnitus,
oh
yeah.
my gosh!
Well, what I'm actually asking here is, would this qualify under a mind controlling effect?
Yeah.
Right. Therefore, it does nothing.
We are Legion.
I'll drop an effort.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
most of us have dropped in.
So, those of
I
you
could have
who-
rolled. I don't want to. I have this effect.
I mean,
Okay.
the short version is you're also committing effort. You're basically going to have it committed. while the blood moon's
Everybody
in.
is basically committing effort.
No,
And all of
there's
you
only 2 people
seem,
that succeeded.
while you hear this noise, you are mind controllingly not affected.
I mean, there's only 2 people that actually succeeded. That was surprisingly Raiden and Kira.
That's because you guys actually did fail, but you used effort, which allows for you not to fail.
No.
No, they legitimately
Well,
rolled.
they-
Except for
Riley.
Riley. Riley, you're just fine.
Yes, but also both of them rolled hard in the saves and succeeded.
Yeah, okay. So
Just base.
basically,
Yep.
yeah, it starts to dissipate for you.
We
You
have
start to
tinnitus.
it starts to becoming a background noise that you just forget.
I imagine for Raiden, it's still it gives him one hell of a headache.
Look, there's one thing to do if you have tinnitus. Hang out with your pet spider.
Raiden, you do have a slight headache, but you did succeed, right?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, this is the first time you have not gone animalistic
Cheating.
in your entire life.
So Raiden's gonna surprise them by getting up, going to his cage, like going into the entrance, unlocking it from the inside because Yeah, no, Godbound of engineering. There's nothing I can't fucking disassemble, pretty much. And then walk out. As he's walking through the sand, he's gonna look up to where they are, give him the middle finger before joining up there with them.
I mean, yours unlocked at the same time, man.
Well, no, I thought it was specifically mine wasn't going to unlock
No,
because...
no, yours unlocked at the same time.
Yours unlocked.
You just leave way after
You
everyone
just
else.
surprisingly, unlike the others who have gone crazy, the other Mixisms, who have lost their minds and gnashing and gnawing of teeth and animalistic points of view and going after Odin and tearing him apart, you don't have that sense of feeling like you need to do that anymore.
Yeah, but no, when Raiden passes by Oda, he's going to kick the dead horse, essentially.
Okay.
Poor guy. What did he ever do to? Oh.
So,
And
yeah,
by kicking dead horse, I mean Raiden's just spawning in a 10-pound sledgehammer and just giving it a good swing.
So he's not forced to join in; he's choosing to.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's choosing to do
You
what
could
he
just use your
wants.
claws. I mean, they're
10-pound
claws. Okay.
But he has a sledgehammer.
But how do I prove I have hammer space if I don't spawn a hammer?
Exactly.
But it's hammer time.
I mean,
Yeah, let's go with that.
there is nothing left of Oda by this is over. Okay. We're gonna go now to Ignis. Ignis, you did feel that ringing. You heard the ringing. You know what that ringing normally does to you. Again, for the first time, you don't change.
How dare you abandon us?
Ignis will just kind of like take a moment to like be like, oh, interesting. And then realize that it's still really fucking late at night, so we're gonna go sleep. We're gonna go sleep on our piles of money.
Okay.
Dragon.
All right.
If I had piles of money,
We get
I'd
some
go
nice
sleep.
and restful sleep.
For the first time on
does
in
he
a
do
blood
that
moon.
in dragon shape? Does he go into dragon form for his
Nah,
nighttime?
well, sadly, Vault is too small now,
Ah,
or rather, dragon form too big. Honestly, a combination of the two. They're both
Well,
problems.
I think
You
this is
have
going
to
to
upgrade
be.
Vault.
Yeah, I think this is a worthy reason to upgrade that vault.
Ahoy, mateys! Hello, Altered. Welcome in. Glad to
Wait.
see ya.
Damn it! You actually are just the Jeff Bezos meme now.
The what?
It's basically just Dragon Jeff Bezos.
His pile of money's not big enough to sleep on, so he needs more.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
Moving on. Go ahead. It'll drop in the Discord. People will read it later.
Okay,
We're waiting.
I'm doing well. All right, so it's about 8 hours later. Everything is
actually-
practically what?
Actually, I'm gonna jump in and we're gonna cut back a little bit.
Okay.
So around the time Ignis shows up at the arena, Korvac is on his way out,
Right.
and he'll get everything from Ignis. The short version, Ignis understands.
Yep.
Clip notes.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I think the one sentence is he shows up as like, Odo's a drug addict. Car's like, okay, that makes sense. That's why he's in FN's pocket as he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you
Then
need to
he
say.
goes to a hospital in, well, it'd actually be a clinic in the lower part of Zone 7
Okay.
to an abandoned ward. Basically, it's abandoned because they didn't have enough money to staff it.
Right.
Now, in the basement, they have cells for,
The other Mexisms.
well, I was going to go with violently psychotic patients.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where his friend Sura spends her nights in the Blood Moon.
Okay.
So he goes to the cell, unlocks it, and steps in. And then closes the door behind him.
Okay. Just before the blood moon.
Yep.
He's gonna get his ass kicked.
We'll see if this actually works.
I mean, does she say anything? Is she just gonna
No, she'll be
dead
like...
eye him?
She will be like, what are you doing here? This is not a good place for you right now.
Yeah, people keep telling you that. Everywhere I go, it's fine. I got something I want to try.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, I doubt that.
I have no control, and you know it.
Yeah.
I've lost family to this.
And what part of what I've done recently makes you think you're capable of taking me down? But I don't think that's going to be an issue.
What do you?
And also, I also had a question.
What?
What does it feel like in the beginning?
Which
and
part?
I don't mean like pain or anything physical. I'm talking about, spiritually, emotionally, that stuff.
When all the ringing begins?
Yeah, because people keep telling me that the ringing starts, they feel on edge and like they want to, beat everybody's face in. But I feel like that all the time, so this really doesn't bother me.
You just want it to stop. And you're willing to do anything to get it to stop.
Okay. But what if you didn't have to feel anything?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, good news for that is I can do that. And the first thing we're going to do is, as she's starting to change, we're going to commit an effort for Heart of the Lion and extend its benefits to her.
Oh.
She's now immune.
Okay.
She's now immune to all emotion-based effects.
And surprisingly, it works.
Oh, good. I didn't have to go to the bigger version. Cool.
But, and here's the but, it is hard for you to keep control because you do feel what the effects. One with your ringing, one with the fact that ringing and you do notice she's trying to gnash at the ground, attempting to stay away from you. But her eyes are starting to turn blood red. And then you hit the Heart of the Lion. And it's half in, half out kind of thing. She's still tearing at the floor, but as if she was a hurt puppy.
That wasn't as effective as I would like it to be. Oh, let's try this instead. And we are going to miracle out Heart Like Clay.
Okay.
Basically, I get to. Would she be considered a worthy foe or a lesser?
She could be considered a worthy foe.
But it matters.
She could be considered a worthy foe.
Alright, well, then she has to roll a spirit save. Unless she wants to fail it. She can't choose just to fail.
She just chooses to fail.
Cool. I remove all emotion from her.
Okay.
Heart Like Clay, I can cause any single person to feel whatever I want them to. She feels literally nothing.
Nothing. For the first time.
No, I take that back.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
No love. No anger. No hatred.
Yep.
No sadness.
Nope.
Just nothing. Numb.
Yep.
She stops to scratch into the ground. And just sits. Looks at you. But doesn't really seem to have any passion towards you or against you.
Yep. And Korak will like squat in front of her and be like, "That's what it's like to not feel anything."
That's dangerous.
Yeah. That's how I was when I first met you guys.
What about now?
Oh, not even close. And this is the thing. That is what it's like to be dead inside. And I understand. Well, I think I understand what the Blood Moon does to you guys. Is this better or worse?
I don't know. Ask me tomorrow.
So, and also, I've been thinking, I never took school, I never did this, but apparently if this is just a sound, there's multiple technologies out there that deal with sound dampening. Has anybody tried it?
Is it a sound?
I don't know. It's what I've been told. It's what the books say. It's what the corpos like to tell us.
Right now, it doesn't feel like a sound.
But
Feels
there is
like-
a ringing in your ears.
Well, there's ringing, yes. But it's in the background.
Or is it more likely they could figure out a solution and they don't want to?
From what I know, the Empress has done, and I do mean the Empress of KKWX, has put out for many grants to try to find a way to stop it.
You sure about that? Can you prove it?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
I'd like to see this proof, because I don't believe it.
Sure.
Well, not right now. She obviously isn't going to be able to do it now.
Right. So, I just feel like going to sleep.
Go for it. I'll be here.
And goes to sleep.
I'll be here watching me sleep. That's not creepy at all.
No, we're not watching you sleep, because, like, I'm going to have to do this again.
Yeah, I get it. It's just I don't think the phrasing was on point.
I didn't say I'll be here watching you sleep. You added that. That's words in your mouth. You made it creepy.
All right. So, does anybody venture out into the Blood Moon besides Raiden?
So,
Or
what's
Raiden,
going on?
Do you venture out into the Blood Moon? Must be a way.
Don't know.
I don't know. What, Kara?
So, while we saw that poor fool get beat to death on the big screens,
Not just beaten, torn apart.
okay, was there any of the special people I've been looking for, the insect people, in this
No.
building? No,
No.
not in this building.
Mm-mm.
So I'm watching this on the screen. I get bored. I see the other two. I'm gonna go down to them.
Okay.
Like, hey guys, what's up? As I'm back to normal at this point. So, I have a question for you. See, it should be Shiv and Riley, I believe, is here. Right. So,
yeah, at the arena, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, hey,
Yeah.
do you know what's with this ringing stuff? Kind of annoying.
I guess. And he is saying this, sounding rather facetious. I'd say it's the blood moon.
Okay. So you can hear it too, right?
For the first time, you actually can hear it, Steve. You had not heard it before.
Yeah, I was just kind of doing the pinching the bridge of the nose thing in the real world, because, like, yeah, that's been heavily implied for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So. You can hear it, and you think it's from the moon. What? What's the way to put this? Why would a moon make you hear stuff?
Cricket.
Oh no, it's too difficult of a question.
No, I'm trying to think of.
I mean, Riley would just be like, well, I mean, they do say that there are frequencies that matter gives off. Maybe gravity has one or something, I don't know. Then again, we can all, like, sense things differently. So maybe that's it. You know, it's something that's always been there, we've just never actually perceived it.
So you're saying it's normal to hear stuff? Maybe.
As vague as that statement is, yes, it is normal to hear stuff. It might be not normal to hear weird stuff. That's an incredibly vague statement.
Okay. So I have another question. If we blew up the moon, would this still happen?
If we blew up the moon, odds are good a lot of other problems would show up.
We're absolutely fine for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, I mean, it may still happen. It depends. If it's a device on the moon, then it would still happen if that specific device is not destroyed. But then it could also simply be a material or something. I mean, you've got gravitational issues. I haven't really done that much in terms of astrophysics, but there may be other things in the system that rely on interaction with that moon. So you may not want to blow up the moon.
Okay, but you think there might be something on the moon?
You're just gonna shrug and look at the Godbound of knowledge nearby and just be like, I don't know. You seem to know shit.
I don't know anything. That's why I'm asking you.
No, that's what I'm saying. She looks at the Godbound of knowledge standing nearby and be like, I don't know. You seem to know shit. Maybe you can field this question.
Yeah, answer the question. Maybe, if you can.
You know what, fuck it, I got nothing better to do. Crack an irresistible query. Is there something on one of the moons? Because I'm pretty sure you said there were two of them.
It's a couple of things that are actually, it is.
Oh my god, did I just hear a face palm?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, Yeah, well, this time I'm being intentionally question.
Is there any random stuff on the moon? Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
that's my
there.
point.
Yeah, well, I will explain this after.
Do you want to try that question again?
He's dying.
Shiv, here, I'm give you a suggestion. Maybe say, as an irresistible query question, is there something like, or actually no, how's this? What is the reason for the blood moon effect? Like specifically the reason, not just the moon, but what is the specific reason that the moon causes this effect?
Yeah, screw it. May as well.
Okay.
That.
Just that. That's all you're
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just outright tell you. Okay, so between the two moons there is a particular wavelength. And when that wavelength is there, that is what causes the blood moon. Because that ringing from the wavelength, because you know how microwaves are and sound waves are and how light waves can be, where they kind of go in and out.
Yeah.
This particular frequency between the two is what's causing it. Not one moon or the other, but the frequency between the two at the time of when the blood moon happens.
So they both give off a frequency, and it just so happens that when they both enter this alignment, one reinforces the other, making it much more powerful.
Yes.
It's effectively like waves in the ocean, multiple waves coming together, making a tsunami.
Yes.
Yeah, but physics.
Right.
But in physics, that shit works the other way too. There's wave dampening.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, but that requires opposite waves in order to cancel out.
Yeah.
If they're
All right, guys.
opposite waves.
There's only one solution.
We have to blow up the moon. Yes.
Yes.
Which one do we
Well,
pick?
actually, no. We have to blow up both just to make sure.
No. We only blow up
okay.
one. We only blow up one. We blow up the one that's further away during the blood moon, so all of its particles slam into the other moon and not the
Hi,
planet's
Fire.
surface.
Welcome in.
We use
No, I'm liking this plan.
we use the forward moon as a shield.
You're gonna blow up the moon.
No, actually, I've got an idea. We have one actual Godbound of engineering and one pseudo Godbound of engineering. So both me and Raiden could work together to build a giant engine, and we'll simply deorbit it into one of the stars.
Well, I would say, like, you could do that, or we also have the dude who could literally just ask, "How do we fix this?"
The answer is deorbit into the sun.
I mean, the how do we fix this is generally get rid of the moon, but let's see if we. Yeah, screw it. I got one more effort until the next sunrise. Why not?
Oh, hello, Blue Fire. Welcome in. Yes, it's a heart SSG. Hello. All right. So, you're gonna blow up the moon.
I think
Well, that
it's
seems to
just
be everybody else's plan.
It's just
It's not the
thought.
worst idea.
It's not the worst. It's not the best either.
What? Oh, hold on. Shiv just cracked the third irresistible query with, "How do we fix this problem?"
Yeah. Like, do you have any other solutions that aren't blow up the moon?
You
No,
can find a
do you
way to
have any other
dampen. You can find a way to dampen the wavelength.
So we change the orbit of the moons.
I mean, you just
You
line
could
the.
do that.
If they
Okay,
never align,
wait.
then it never happens.
Hang on. This is this would be general knowledge. Are both of the moons? Oh, what is it called?
I actually have a pretty relevant question in terms of this. Mixed and Dragoons are normally affected by this, correct?
Yes.
Are deaf Mixed and Dragoons affected by this?
Yes.
So it's not just sound waves.
No,
Right.
but she just said they're waves, and any wave in physics can't be dampened by an opposite wave.
Yes.
Okay.
Are the moons tidally locked? Basically, they don't rotate. They're the same facing is always facing the planet.
No.
Oh, that's problematic. I was gonna say, if they're tidally locked, you just put a bunch of lead on one side of the moon. But now you have to cover the whole moon.
I mean, surprisingly not the craziest idea this group has had.
I mean, here's the thing, Shiv. Any problem that comes up, you can just be like, how do I make this not a problem anymore? And just keep following that line.
Until we run out of effort. Yeah.
Yeah, until the next day comes up, and then you keep asking the questions
I mean,
again.
effort is a renewable resource, unlike coal.
Smooth.
Well, there have been many different experiments throughout the ages
Yeah, but they're not Godbound, so it doesn't
for
matter.
KKWX, and yes, they are not Godbound, to try to stop this, including what made you into Godbound.
Ah, cool. That part succeeded. Shiv, go fix.
The moon?
The problem with the wave.
I mean, you now hear it, but you don't actually feel as much of the effects of it. Because you now know it's there.
Right. I am out of effort, so there is nothing much more I can do until the next day.
Okay.
So, end scene.
End scenes.
And scene, I guess.
Yep. Blow up the moon and see what happens. You're working, so you'll be around. Thank you for being here.
Provided which direction you blow it up heading towards, hopefully no space debris happens. But I'm sure if you blow up
Opus
the
will
moon...
be fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
the giant rocket thruster idea wasn't bad. All you got to do is just shove it slightly, make sure you shove it out of the gravitational pull of the planet, and it'll just float off somewhere.
There are ways to deal with it. It's just...
Yeah, well, once the sun rises, I am going to blow an effort.
We'll get there. Alright, so anybody else doing anything that night?
Talk to them. Probably go to sleep.
No one else?
Riley spends the night in a non-Mexican filled strip club because reasons.
Because reasons.
Oh, so you just go back to your own.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
We are at a point where we are at the next day. But before we do that, I did ask you all to do me a favor to help the rest of the people who are listening to us, to explain to them what has happened in the last 6 months, so that they can know what's going on and can follow along for the next 6 more months. Who would like to start?
Riley hasn't done much. He took over a strip club and has started a PMC.
Mm-hmm.
And will also be hiring a cat girl. End of message.
End of message.
Wait, you bought you own a strip club now? Since when?
Since
several months now.
The absolute shit. Yeah, since Cormac murdered the absolute shit out of the previous owner because he was being a dumbass.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he accidentally a boss fight. He accidentally my boss fight, in fact.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Man, everyone owns stuff, doing something useful, then you have Kira doing nothing.
Useful is a strong word. I'm just
I
kind of
don't know.
vibing.
You have a pile of gold to sleep on. I don't know.
True.
What do I have to sleep on?
Probably
now,
a bed.
Right now, I'm sleeping in a crappy chair
Yeah.
at the Coliseum.
At the Coliseum. So, what
Just
was
sleeping there.
what was your last 6 months like, Kira?
I just said not much. Let's see.
Extent of it.
It started with becoming a Godbound.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was wasting a lot of time. Sleeping, taking naps, getting a pet spider, talking to cockroaches, buying drugs, thinking about starting a cockroach army, buying more drugs, thinking there's a friend in the sewer, watching said friend die, give up on cockroach army, find out there's cat girls on the planet, wants to find insect girls. Had a quick change. Yeah, insect girls. Because they might be more useful than a cockroach army.
They might
They're
be.
already human. And they'll be better looking.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
I mean, what's the failure? And then getting information, and then being like, wait, maybe I can help the party out. And then not do that. That's been literally her 6 months. I'm going to help out the party by kind of not, like, being way behind everyone else. Oh, wait, we're looking for FM? Like, 3 days before this. I'm going to start researching FM. Finds nothing. Best character, because it does nothing useful.
There's ways to become useful. Raiden, what about you for the last 6 months?
Basically, he became Godbound. He tinkered around with a Pinto, got a flying car, proceeded to open up a factory, tinker around some more, killed a couple guys, through some stuff that we were doing. Then helped mix Sims. Or no. Got a tiny little robot, coin spider bot.
Mm-hmm.
Helped mix Sims, and now we're here.
And now we're here. Why are we here? Officially. Why are we here?
I'm gonna ask Kira, she has no clue.
I mean, you of all of us would know why we are here at the Blood Moon, at the Coliseum. Why are we here?
Oda, that's why.
Because Oda killed Jacob, in a way.
And his brother.
And your brother.
Yeah. In a way.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. But before Raiden actually leaves the arena, he's gonna drag what's left of Oda into the maw of Opus.
Wow.
So first off, he gets a syringe, gets rid of the point, and a very small baggie, and then he sucks up the little bit that's left and puts it in the baggie.
Yeah, because
and then
he's
writes
just
in
mangled.
marker the remains of Oda. Yes, the bloody mess.
Yeah.
It is a bloody mess too, because it's
Plus,
just...
let's face it, he's probably been eaten.
Yeah. You got bones. Bones,
like I said, what's left?
So bones.
Yeah. He's just gonna drag what's left over to the literal
the
mob of Opus.
Center of the mob. Let me show everybody what this looks like, cause yeah, bones. Bones, bud. Bones.
Yeah, all right. This thing is, there you go, you stupid ass jellyfish.
You're
What
next.
we
That's
kill
what
the
I feel like you're
jellyfish?
gonna say is, you're next.
Opus don't need to know that.
If we mind control the jellyfish to do our bidding,
Uh-huh.
but if that fails, we have to kill it.
If it
Killing
fails.
jellyfish destroys the city.
think mind control's the option. Or we build a new city.
I mean, in about a month, I could probably do that. I think for a small town.
No.
I mean, we got to deal with the potential of the radiation outside first.
And then you got a lot more to do than just in a month. It's not that easy. Sorry.
No, I can literally build a small town within like a week or so.
Still not that easy. Still not that easy.
You still got the problem that nobody else could go out of the dome and survive it, except us.
So you send him right here. Let me see if that showed up in here. Yeah. Okay.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on an ad personally, but oh well.
Yeah. So you send him right here, right in there.
Yep.
And everybody who has ever seen Star Wars knows that the Sarlacc literally opens up and just eats whatever it can.
Yeah, if you've ever seen, if you never have watched Star Wars, it's a giant mouth in the desert that, like, the huts that are the local criminals take anyone that they want to just execute. They take them out there and throw them out into the giant mouth in the desert.
Yeah.
They try and do this to the main character, and it really doesn't end well for most of them.
Right. So, but in this case, it's not 1,000 years. It's almost instantaneous because of all the acid and gross. So he's gone. He cannot be returned ever. And if he was a Godbound, it doesn't matter. He's done. But there is that case. All right. So, anything else you'd like to add to your 6 months, Raiden?
Oh, and one thing he is going to do right quick, he's going to pull out a blowtorch.
Uh-huh.
And in the sand, because as we all know, when sand gets heated up, it turns into glass, correct?
Correct.
I think the process is a little bit more involved than that, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it's a bit more. It is actually a bit more complicated. There's stuff you actually have to add to.
There's other
sand
things,
to make proper
yes,
glass,
but
yeah.
Oh. Either way, basically what he's going to do, he's going to write in the sand, lottery is over.
Lottery is over. Writing in the sand, huh?
Yep.
Man, what am I gonna do now?
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. There's just no way to make money. There's no lottery.
You can still make money.
I can't gamble at all.
Oh, stop buying drugs.
That is true.
Just like real life, if you want money, stop buying drugs.
The worst part is the last drugs I bought. Oh god, she lost them.
That's like, what they all say.
She set them down somewhere, can't find them, and is just giving up on finding them now. It's just like, whatever, they're gone. I've given up on that idea.
But that's pretty much it.
Okay, lottery. Yeah, we'll assume that that's how you do it. Is
oh my god.
Over.
Now, what's everyone gonna do for fun around here?
I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that out.
They're gonna have to go to the strip clubs.
Anyway,
strip club.
There is a strip club. Let's go to Shiv. Shiv, what did you do the last 6 months? There's a reason why I'm waiting on you last two.
Well, Shiv started out as the guy with high ambitions and trying to know too much to being the guy who now knows everything. He spent indeterminate amount of time here in the asylum because of what people thought he knew. was put into the program that made them Godbound, and it's more or less a last-ditch attempt to try and get rid of him, praying to God that he would die on an operating table, and has basically spent the last 6 months in between causing chaos and actually trying to use his powers for something constructive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the last month, he has worked on the anti-serum for that new drug that they're basically pumping into the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go more in depth, but
I'll go in depth on the drug in a minute.
Try not to tax the police too much.
Right.
And that's basically it. He's basically become the guy in the chair to an extent.
The guy in the chair. All right. Cormac, what did you do in the last 6 months?
Fuck shit up.
End story.
No. So, the last 6 months saw the man known as Cormac escaping the wreckage of the building and trying to just go home, back to his life. And then these people that think they have this power, that they should be able to use it any way they want, to control whoever they want, just will not stop getting in the way. And thus they lose all their teeth. And thus they lose all their teeth. And their money. And their stuff. And their lives. But it started with FN sending 4 fucking goons to his place. And getting summarily put on the pavement. Then we cut to Cormac and the rest of the guys going to this warehouse, try to figure out why FN's being an asshole to basically everybody. Not really finding a lot. Then Cormac rescues this little girl. Well, the entire team was there. The entire team rescues this little girl from under the thing and a thrall.
Mm-hmm.
Then Oda decides to be an asshole and start putting out hits on everybody's family.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go deal with him, which culminates in today.
Mm-hmm.
And then in between all that, Cormac has brought in clean water to one of the forgotten parts of the city. Basically, he went as far as he was able to reach with his powers, which fortunately wasn't as far as he wanted to, but take what you can get. And basically despite being probably the biggest force of chaos on the team, bringing order to one of the lawless parts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. He got his wife turned into a Godbound like the rest of the team. Well, she's not going to be part of the team unless Cormac becomes unplayable for some reason.
That will depend on what Cormac decides after we wake her up. So.
But in the past 6 months, he also had a third enemy enter the field. Well, granted, it's only against him at the moment. In that another clan of assassins from his past has decided that they wanted to stick their nose in his business. And I've only done it once so far. But he knows that they're still out there, and he knows that they're going to do more, because that's what they do.
They were just a cameo, though.
Yeah, it's never just a cameo. You ever hear that phrase, where there's one assassin, there's more? Just because you only see one doesn't mean that there isn't more than one. Honestly, if you see one, it probably means there is more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone you see, that's just
I mean, it's a misdirection play, like exactly what we did with Oda today.
Yep.
Yeah, that is probably a very good. I shouldn't say very good. That's probably the most concise summary of Cormac in the past 6 months. Oh, aside from a lot of yelling and a lot of talking shit to a bunch of people. Oh, and calling Willis a coward
repeatedly.
And then also getting on Liz's nerves.
Yeah, but
repeatedly.
He was doing that before he became Godbound.
That's true.
Also, as
but they were still on the same side, just in a different manner.
He didn't like the fact that I brought guns to everything.
Yeah.
Well,
People get hurt when you bring their guns.
that's kind of the point.
Yeah, that's what they do. Working
Yeah.
as intended.
If people don't want to get hurt by the gun, then they do the thing that I'm telling them to do.
So, yeah. Okay, so, anything else?
That's pretty much it.
All right, now we're going to go with the one who actually is a corpo. And
Oh, hey, that's me.
Yeah, that is you. And can you explain your last 6 months?
All right. This is not going to be as good as most of my monologues because, like, I did not write like a script. I just wrote like a small outline of talking points.
Sure.
But first and foremost, this summary is in relation to predominantly only Ignis's operations as an individual, not the exploits he conducted with the rest of the party, wherein, like, when they raided the various warehouses or business centers and when he was operating anonymity, either hiding his body and face behind, like, ballistic armor, or in most recent times, assuming the form of a dragoon with no connection to Ignis. But to start with a summary of what Ignis has been up to, I feel that at first I should talk about what Ignis is. Because Ignis is not a human or humanoid race like the rest of the party. Ignis is an ancient red dragon, born and raised on Opus, who has infiltrated the high society of Opus under the guise of a human. Given his shape-shifting capabilities, he has taken countless identities on Opus, stealing or fabricating them along the way over the course of, well, centuries. He currently has 2 main identities that he operates under: Dracul Ignis, the current owner and CEO of the weapons manufacturing corporation Ignin Industries, that Ignis has inherited to himself through the fabricated Ignis family line, and the other alias, which is Dominic Ignis, his carefree twin brother who frequently whops around Opus's clubs, bars, and other recreational outings. Ignis underwent the wetware operation as Dominic out of a place of greed and ambition, seeking more power due to the incompatibility of him and traditional cybernetics intended for, well, humans. Walking out of the smoldering crater that was SOB Laboratories with the other PCs, Ignis has since set his sights on FN Industries as retaliation for conducting an attack that had the possibility to take his life. Additionally, Ignis used it as an opportunity to attain wealth, aiming to acquire the remains after the rival corporation is taken down. To start with the in-game summaries, Ignis was indirectly / directly responsible for one of the earliest points of friction in the party, when Ignis used his abilities of subterfuge to locate and isolate an FN scientist for interrogation. Shiv and Liz Devereaux, one of the more important NPCs in the setting, were apprehensive with how grisly the scene was, with Ignis shooting the scientist in the leg during the interrogation and the subsequent execution of the scientist at the end of the scene. Throughout the events of the game, Ignis has attended numerous meetings with the other corporate leaders, dubbed the Council, which is the primary governing body of Opus. During these meetings, Ignis has exerted mind-influencing powers upon Igovo Zek, the head of ZZek, which is a medical corps subsidiary to FN Industries, who basically at the time they were trying to give Ignis a hard time regarding his own recent expansion into the outer circle, increasing his production facilities for his weapons corp. Additionally, using the same capabilities of mind control, Ignis took control of a sent representative of the secretive CEO of FN, allegedly named Finnegan, who has thus far refused to show his face in the city, taking as part of that mind control, Ignis took the rep's burner phone and had Riley trace the call where Finnegan called to be updated on the events of the council meeting. It was deduced where the phone call was made from down to the area of a city block in the upper circle. Ignis then survived the assassination attempt against the representative, where the phone exploded with the force of a grenade. Moreover, as Dracul, Ignis is proven to be a thorn in the side for Oda, the past antagonist for the PCs, who attempted to get us out of Finnegan's way. In the pursuit of this goal, Oda attempted to assassinate Ignis's CEO persona through the use of a saboteur, who rigged the nuclear generator to his corporate headquarters to explode. However, the attempt was thwarted due to Ignis's security measures detecting the sabotage before it was a threat. The building was evacuated, and no one was injured when the reactor blew out. The building, however, stood tall as the outer shell of concrete crumbled away due to the force of the explosion, revealing Ignis had used his dominion as a Godbound to reinforce his corporate headquarters, altering its construction to be made from large crimson scales of divine strength. The event went viral around Opus, and after Ignis's public speech on the attack, the building has become colloquially referred to as the Crimson Spire. In a show of pettiness, Ignis beheaded the saboteur and delivered the severed head to Oda's personal residence in a gift basket under the guise of a random civilian, tossing it to his feet with the date of Oda's death carved into the cadaver's forehead. His his personal retinue of 2 Jarls made a move to prevent Ignis from leaving, but were ordered down when Ignis reminded Oda that they were in broad daylight in a residential area. And that has been most of the 6 months. Moving forwards, however, Ignis has been struck with ambitions of grandeur due to gaining his new abilities as a Godbound. He has coerced the beginnings of a cult to his name by cowing a large gang of Dragoon mercenaries into subservience, coming to the conclusion that the bastards of dragons and humans should serve a true dragon rather than live under the heels of humans. Furthermore, due to paranoia about more assassination attempts or attempts at espionage against him and his company, Ignis has exerted his mental control over all employees working within the Crimson Spire. Lastly, Dracul has entered into a corporate contract with the fledgling security firm Site Secure to protect his interests in the Outer Circle. And I believe that wraps it up for me. I don't think I forgot anything.
I think you did pretty
wasn't
good.
on my outline.
You did pretty darn good, so I would agree with that. All right, so there was one thing I did want to bring up, and that was the particular drug that everybody is hearing about with FN. And one thing that need to make clear to the audience is that this particular drug is very similar to the crocodile drug of Earth, where over time, if you take too much, your skin starts to become very scaly, and if you overdose, you can either die or become similar to a crocodile. It gets very more graphic than that if you actually look it up. But for this case,
you don't really want to look it up. It does messed up stuff to your skin, hence it gets the term crocodile, because you get like the way, if you know what a crocodile looks like, you can picture what it does to the skin.
Yeah. So,
it's not pleasant.
But this particular one, this SPF, actually makes you seem like a Godbound, like you have more strength, more power. It enhances something that you already have in you. But if you take too much and you start to have those withdrawal symptoms that Oda was beginning to have, but you killed him before he could literally show them, they become Jarls. And Jarls are very, very huge creatures that have scales and spikes coming out of their skin. It is not an armor, it is their skin. And they're not only just huge, but they can cause, or they have a lot of strength and and ability to withstand much of the damage you guys can throw at them. However, you guys are really good. There are other types of Jarls out there, but we really haven't seen them yet. So, that is what we've been dealing with for the last 6 months. And we finally got to the Blood Moon, finally got to the point where there has always been a wish on the Mixisms. And Mixisms are basically half man, half animal. So that you all can know that too. That are not born that way. They are created in a test tube. They are a creation. However, over time, they have become more than that. They started out as a experiment and ended up actually becoming a race. The Vturans are born that way. The cat girls are born as cat girls, but they come from another part of the galaxy and have come here in as refugees. Are there insect girls and guys? It's
We're gonna find out.
possible, but you're gonna have to find out in the next 6 months. It's possible. There could be. There's obviously been experiments over time with as many creatures that can go with humans. This was originally created as a game for D&D, and then it became like an IRL game. Then I put it on Java Chat. Then I put it on SL, and then I put it back on this. So this is about 30 years of lore. Started in 1994, literally. And that's where my name, Karsa, came from. Karsadia. Huh?
Nothing. I'm
Oh.
coughing. Sore throat.
Oh, no. Okay. I hope you get some water and something for that. So, you guys have now spent 6 months in my universe. In the darkest times of that universe, and now you understand why. It was pretty dark.
I admit light. There's no such thing as dark.
Okay, well, sure. And today, for the first time, you saw a celestial shard. But there's more to it than just what you saw. And we will be dealing with that in the next 6 months. We will be finishing off the situation, maybe, or you may not, with FN in the next 6 months. And of course, there has been the foreshadow that something called a Thane is on its way.
Nah, FN will be dead in 4 weeks.
And the Thanes are creatures that Opus has sent many troops out to kill.
It just wants a hug.
Just doesn't work out that way because most do not come back.
Yeah, like I said, it just wants a hug.
It seems like, and then the other thing that wants a hug, of course. But there are the things you do know through numerous queries and the like. The things are looking for something and someone. So we shall see where that goes in the future. And I still need to remind you of a creature that was all the way at the beginning, foreshadow, all the way at the beginning, and if you remember, was in black robes, dark, and brought 2 people back to life.
Nobody cares about zombies. I haven't forgot about him. He just hasn't been doing anything, so he's not relevant.
He's not been doing anything yet, no. And then also there is, of the NPCs, you have Liz, who owns the cantina, who has basically been trying to help you all out. Willis, who's her husband, who Cormac calls a coward.
Because he is.
And Mitchell Graves, who only one person in this whole group has even seen.
Yeah, because he's a little bitch.
So, of all that, that is the last 6 months. And now we're going into the new 6 months. I thank you all for doing this for me. It is 2 o'clock. Do we want to go in the what are people thinking, or do we want to call it?
I'm probably gonna actually hop off so I can get a nap for work.
Okay.
Take care, man.
Hey, I'll catch y'all later.
See you.
I will say, if you do that, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with it, and I am actually satisfied with Oda's death.
Okay, good. All right. Riley.
That's about it.
Okay. Kira.
Oh, it was good. I had fun.
Good.
Yeah, we got through.
Yeah, what he says.
Cormac.
How do I want to put this? I did enjoy the session. It was hilarious listening to some of the stuff people were doing. I had to mute out a couple times. And it's always good when like some of the people that end up being focused a lot in other episodes aren't as much in the episode. And I like, because that makes me feel good, because the other people are getting screen time, which everybody should.
Yeah. Well, Godbound is very different from D&D and Pathfinder, so yeah.
I mean, my limelight was last week doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. Everybody looks at me, and then our more subtle people do the shit in the background, and then we fight. Then basically the aftermath is dealing with everything that they did.
Exactly. Yep. All
More
right.
or less, yeah.
Shiv.
We completed a full arc. Now for the next one.
Yep. And Ignis.
I'm pretty happy with how session went. Felt like there was a pretty decent payoff for how much we invested into taking care of Oda. Looking forward.
Yeah. Next week you need to be working on your Dominion. Some of you actually got some artifacts today.
But it is completely irrelevant until I start killing shit.
So.
But overall, satisfied.
Awesome. Awesome.
And looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
Wherever that may take us.
Well, I know what we're doing with Cormac. So Cormac's going to be a huge part of next week. Because his wife has to get out of the cooker.
There's actually one other thing that I want to do next week, and I think I could set it up with an after credit scene.
Okay.
I mean, when we're done, it'll be like the last thing before you peek out trying to say goodbye.
Yeah. All right. So we got a lot to do. We have a lot more to do. We're not at the end of the season yet, so... But we're halfway there, guys.
Yeah, and everybody else is living on a prayer.
What's your prayer?
But
I said everybody else.
Oh.
We are the Godbound. We don't pray. We get prayed too.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright.
Who's going to pray to...
I don't know who's going to pray to you with all those cockroaches. Those are kind of scary.
Insect girls?
meanwhile, Shiv is setting up his conspiracy website.
And the cockroaches.
Well, you guys get to talk about that next week. We are actually going to talk about what you're doing now that you've gone through and got rid of Oda. You have a breather. You have some downtime.
Sure about that?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
It honestly depends on you guys because, as you know, this is impromptu. I do what I can to be prepared for you. But this doesn't always happen.
You'll never be prepared for people
like you, for sure.
If you were prepared for me, you would have known what was going to happen. And
That
you
is-
didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't because you never tell me what's going to happen.
Why would I tell you? I'm just going to change it in 3 minutes anyhow.
True enough. True enough. Alright. So, that went well. I'm thankful for all of you. I think it is time for us to do a raid, and then we'll have a conversation in the chat after we're done with the said raid.
Do you want me to do the after credit scene?
Sure.
All
Please
right.
do.
So, the quarterback carries the utterly tired Sura back to her bed, sets her down, and he looks out over the hydro farms. And a thought crosses his mind of a random comment he made to Liz and Jill while he was in the basement, while Kaya was getting set up in the tank. He thinks to himself for a second, and then teleports out to the edge of the dome. He then balls up one of his fists, lightly punches the side of the dome, and a small streak of golden electricity shoots from his hand into the side of the dome. And he thinks to himself, and hopefully whatever entity's listening, "Hey, you big bitch, we gotta talk."
Oh.
I mean, we kind of knew this one was coming.
Sounds like
Yeah. So we gotta talk to Opus.
And that'll be how many characters who have done that now?
Well, Ryder didn't really talk to Opus. He kind of talked at Opus.
Yeah.
Shiv has talked to Opus. Doesn't remember that most of that encounter. Well,
Opus
then-
talked at you, and then you ended up on the ground.
Yep.
same thing.
There's a difference between talking to and talking at. Talking to assumes that both sides are trying to achieve something in a conversation.
You should convince Kira to talk to him and see what happens.
Sure, I hand her a giant cockroach, and I put some like little pipe cleaners on it to make it look like a jellyfish, and I said, "This is Opus, talk to it."
She's gonna find out it's a cockroach, and then make plans to make a cockroach. And it's all your fault.
Here we go again with the cockroach army.
Oh, man, I hate updating fucking character pictures, so I'm
It
not
might
going to.
come
But
back.
to describe Korvac's new look, he is now wearing that black shoulder guard.
Okay.
Or it turned black when he put it on. Let's put it that way. And it always
Yeah.
seems to like be be slightly slick with blood on the outside, as if he's been fighting all day. He also just says Bucket just no longer wears a shirt because it's too hard to wear over that.
So no longer wears a hoodie.
Yeah, or a shirt.
Or a shirt?
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
sure
boy.
it's not because you keep using shirts.
Actually, no. He has yet to lose an article of clothing that he didn't mean to lose.
Well, that's different from a change.
So do you have any tattoos showing on your chest
Oh,
now?
Cormac is. I think I brought this up in the initial description. He is covered in gang tats. He has a bunch.
Yeah. And they're
Which is
actually
why he wears the hoodie.
glowing.
Yeah.
And they're glowing because of his purview. Unless
Yep.
you actively do not have them work. High fire.
Nah, I think it's just going to be, unless he's like in an area where he's trying to like, not wake people up because they're trying to sleep because he's not an asshole like that. They're just going to like glow softly.
Okay. That will be an interesting look if you can ever get it on.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, didn't think so. But it would definitely be an interesting look. So that is what we have going on for the story as of right now. And next week is the aftermath. So.
It'll be fine. There's gonna be no aftermath.
Yeah, there is an aftermath.
All we did was.
So I don't even like normal math. Why do you have to have aftermath?
I know, it's so complicated.
I'll have a little montage next week about the aftermath, and then we'll go into you guys and talk about what you guys get in the aftermath. So.
We aren't gonna get anything useful.
Well, when you were interrogating Oda, I was like, what the fuck information you tried to get that we don't already have? And then like you started talking about like, oh, it's backstory information, not main story. Got it.
Listen, my character was talked to Oda because, oh yeah, backstory.
I figured it out.
I know what she was trying to do.
The funny
And the
thing
funny thing is, she didn't take it to the extreme that I thought she was going to take it to. And actually get to that point where they talk about what he actually did.
I kind of brought up that side of her, but anyhow.
I mean, I think it was implied. I think it was implied enough. I think it was implied enough that people could figure it out, or just let their imaginations take over.
Yeah, it was implied about the stuff there, but I'll be honest. I genuinely was expecting like after the thing with the cut on the cheek and her walking away, that she might have then used the thing to like summon a pile of cockroaches, or have actually done the thing with the summon a bunch of what the hell are they called? Scarabs, that's the one, yeah. Like summon a pile of scarabs to literally just eat the flesh off his bones right then and there, and then probably turn around and be like, okay, yeah, I said I wouldn't kill him, but he's a piece of shit more than you know. And kill speak.
I almost did kill him, but
I mean,
she agreed not to kill him to you guys. So that didn't change.
Which still died.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, hey. But the thing being, as Cormac made the point of, none of us actually killed him. He got killed by his own very bad dice roll by not wanting and face planting a pistol.
I mean, seriously, a 1. I couldn't do any worse.
Yeah, to get that roll on that event, that's like perfect. You were full on role playing there as like the first person that dies in any slasher.
Yeah.
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 That was exactly it.
I mean,
like,
I
run right into it.
I said Oda's death was going to be poetic.
It was. Even the dice roll was poetic.
I didn't want to ruin the poeticness of his death.
I see.
But you did have all of the reasons.
But I did have a roll of 1. That was... If you guys didn't clip that, I'm sorry. That was funny.
I mean, I think everybody but like Riley, and maybe just Riley, had like a major reason to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Shivs I still don't fully understand, but I know it's there.
Yeah.
Also, like, most of the information I could have gotten was like, yes, we had the info, but she didn't have it. Like, she's been ignoring most of the info gathering you guys do.
To be fair, Cormac has also been ignoring most of the info gathering people have been doing.
True.
Right. So we'll see what happens next week
But look,
on Opus. Right. You're not gonna let me finish, are you?
finish.
We will see what happens on Opus next week. Opus Trust Issues. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. And we are going to go see Megrim. He's a great guy. They're playing Diablo 4. So I figured that was a good twist. So we are going there. Here's your raid message. And here's the call to Megrim. Please join us in this. If you have well, I just wish you guys go with, because he's really good. He's a really good fun. Also, Discord. If you have not been part of our Discord, we are there a lot. You can find out a lot, and you can keep in and understanding why we were gone for like 30 minutes because I didn't have any electricity and things like that. But we play games outside of being here on Discord quite a bit. So here you go. Here's the Discord. And here's your raid. Goodbye. Did I go out again?
Yup.
Every time.
Every time.
I'm waiting for that one.
You could